Welcome back to the channel. It's Farmer Park One. We showcase amateur athletes and amateur news every day. If you're a player or coach would like an interview, DM me for a collaboration. And if you're loving this content, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's talk about SEC Baseball Regional that happened on Friday. The first game we're going to talk about is East Carolina versus Tennessee. And East Carolina comes in this matchup with a record of 37-22 and a conference record of 17-10, while Tennessee comes in this matchup with a record of 38-21 and a conference record of 15-15. And East Carolina came out the victory, scoring 7 runs off of 15 hits, no errors, while Tennessee scored 3 runs off of 10 hits and 1 error. And for East Carolina, the winning pitcher was Brett Anaslick, who has a record of 3-2, pitched 2.2 innings, had 1 error and 5 strikeouts. And second baseman and left fielder Brayton Burres went for 3 for 7 for 1 RBI and 0 home runs. In a losing effort, Tennessee batter Blake Grimer went for two for 6, 2 RBIs and 1 home run. The next matchup we got is Kentucky versus Wake Forest. And Kentucky comes in this matchup with a record of 32-21 and a conference record of 13-17, while Wake Forest comes in this matchup with a record of 38-20 and a conference record of 16-14. And Kentucky winning pitcher was now Atwick, who has a record of 5-1, pitched 2 strong innings, had 1 error and 2 strikeouts. And Hudson Brown, first baseman, went for 1 for 2. In a losing effort, Wake Forest third baseman Dalton Wentz went for 3 for 4 for 1 RBI and 1 home run. The next matchup we got is Holy Cross versus Texas. And Holy Cross comes in this matchup with a record of 25-29 and a conference record of 13-13. And Texas comes in this matchup with a record of 41-13 and a conference record of 19-10. And Texas brought out the bat, scoring 19 runs off of 21 hits, 2 errors, while Holy Cross scored 1 run off of 8 hits and 0 errors. And the winning pitcher is Cody Howard from Texas, has a record of 1-1, pitched 2 innings, had no errors and 2 strikeouts, and catcher Tiny Carson went for 3 for 4. Holy Cross in a losing effort, second baseman Alex Sundell went for 2 for 4. The next matchup we got is Milwaukee versus Auburn. And Milwaukee comes in this matchup with a record of 26-31 and a conference record of 14-10. And number 4 ranked Auburn comes in this matchup with a record of 38-20 and a conference record of 17-13. And Milwaukee came out with the victory, scoring 13 runs off of 16 hits, 1 error, while Auburn scored 8 runs off of 9 hits and no errors. The winning pitcher for Milwaukee is Riley Peterson, who has a record of 6-4, pitched 5 strong innings, had 5 errors and 4 strikeouts, and third baseman Grant Ross went for 3 for 5 for 1 RBI. In the losing effort, Auburn Taylor Bilzies went for 2 for 3. The next matchup we got is Ryder versus Florida. And Ryder comes in this matchup with a record of 33-19 and a conference record of 22-8. And Florida comes in this matchup with a record of 40-19 and a conference record of 18-12. And Florida edged out the victory, scoring 8 runs off of 12 hits, 0 errors, while Ryder scored 7 runs off of 7 hits and no errors. And the winning pitcher is Joshua Rittenvar, who has a record of 4-4, pitched 1.1 inning, had 3 errors and 2 strikeouts, while center fielder Kite Jones went for 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 1 home run. and rider catcher Margot Slick went for 2 for 4. The next matchup we got is Love Scum versus Mississippi State. And Love Scum comes in this matchup with a record of 29-25 and a conference record of 19-11, while Mississippi State comes in this matchup with a record of 41-17 and a conference record of 16-14. And Mississippi State comes out with a victory, scoring 10 runs off of 10 hits, no errors, while Lipscomb scored 1 run off of 6 hits and 1 error. And the winning pitcher is Duke Stone, who has a record of 7-3, pitched 6 strong innings, and had 10 strikeouts. And left fielder Reeks Valenkas, who went for 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs, and Lipscomb third baseman Kane Pruitt went for 2 for 4 from the field. The next matchup we got is Lamar versus Texas A&M. And Lamar comes in this matchup with a record of 34-26 and a conference record of 19-11. And Texas A&M comes in this matchup with a record of 40-14 and a conference record of 18-11. And Texas A&M come out with the victory, scoring 7 runs off of 6 hits, 2 errors, while Lamar scored 5 runs off of 8 hits and 1 error. And Texas A&M winning pitcher was Clayton Freshman, who has a record of 4-2, pitched 2 strong innings, had no errors and white strikeouts, and DH Chris Hoping went for 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and 1 home run. And in a losing effort, Lamar shortstop A.J. Taylor went for 2 for 4 for 2 RBIs. The next matchup we got is Missouri State versus Arkansas. And Missouri State comes in with a record of 34-20 and a conference record of 20-10. And Arkansas comes in with a record of 40-20 and a conference record of 17-13. And Arkansas came out with the victory, scoring 9 runs off of 12 hits, 1 error, while Missouri scored 5 runs off of 10 hits and 1 error. And for Arkansas, the winning pitcher was Steele Eves, who has a record of 6-1, pitched 2 strong innings, had no errors and 1 strikeout. And Makia New went for 4 for 4 RBIs. In a losing effort, Missouri State second baseman Bruce Kermilly went for 3 for 3, 1 RBI and 1 home run. The next matchup we got is Alabama State versus Alabama. And Alabama State comes in this matchup with a record of 34-22 and a conference record of 22-10. And Alabama comes in with a record of 38-19 and a conference record of 18-12. And Alabama brought out the bats, scoring 21 runs off of 15 hits, 1 error, while Alabama State scored 3 runs off of 6 hits and 4 errors. Alabama's winning pitcher is Tyler Fay, who has a record of 10-4, pitched 5.2 innings, had 3 errors and 8 strikeouts, and center fielder Bruce Howler went for 3 for 4 for 3 RBIs and 1 home run. And Alabama State right fielder Mogen Orpezi went for 2 for 3, 2 RBIs and 1 home run. And the last matchup on Friday was Arizona State versus Ole Miss. And Arizona State comes in the matchup with a record of 37-20 and a conference record of 20-12. And Ole Miss comes in a record of 37-21 and a conference record of 15-15. And Ole Miss came out with the victory, scoring 7 runs off of 14 hits, no errors, while Arizona State scored 6 runs off of 10 hits and 1 error. And Ole Miss winning pitcher was Hudson Calhoun, who went for 4 for 3, pitching 3.2 innings, no errors, 3 strikeouts. And center fielder and left fielder Hayden Federer went for 4 for 7, while Arizona State second baseman New Contreras went for 3 for 7 for 3 RBIs and 3 RBIs and 2 home runs. For all your amateur news and your college baseball content, subscribe to Formula Park 1 on YouTube. Thank you for your support.